So I have a few goals, major goals. One is I definitely want to fit into my clothes that are in my closet comfortably. I've been wearing 34 pants for a while, and they're just not quite comfortable. And I could get into 32s. That's really my goal. I've got this stack of 32 jeans in my closet from when I was all nice and fit 5 years ago or 6 years ago or whatever it was. And I'd like to be able to wear those again and say goodbye to all my goofy big pants. The other thing is, or another thing, is just general energy, like I mentioned before. Or maybe I didn't. But these circles under my eyes are just driving me nuts. Now, a lot of it is hereditary. I've always had kind of dark eyes. It's just my mother, and it's just hereditary to some extent. But I also know that I think with proper nutrition and good supplementation with vitamins and so on, and just basic general exercise and getting stronger capillaries and just the whole thing, that these can, I don't have to look so sunken in all the time. And that's kind of a big aesthetic goal for me, even more than just, losing a little bit of the belly or whatever, or a lot of the belly or whatever, just to look healthy, because I feel like I look at pictures and videos sometimes and I just go, I wear glasses, sometimes not because I need them, but just to kind of take away from the fact that, I look like somebody punched me in the eye, and that's kind of a big motivator too. I've got a goal weight of around 170, but I also know that could change. Like right now, at my leanest, when I was 5%, I was 158 or something like that, and then when I was at 6% at the end of the Get Lean program, I think I was 160 something, the lower 160s, and then I don't know about the third one, I can't remember. But right now I'm at like 189. This will not do, which is not as heavy as I was when I very first started exercising 10 years ago, but still, no, not for my frame. It just doesn't, it's just not, Now, if I was all muscle, that'd be fine. But, I'm looking to lose about 20 pounds at least. But I also understand that, this program is very intense, and like when I did Get Lean, and I'm eating a fair amount of calories in this program, 2,400 calories a day. So it's not a huge caloric deficit type of program, because you got to fuel these really intense workouts. So I could gain, muscle mass and so on, and so that 170, it could be more or whatever. I don't really have a set. Normally I go in here with a set, because it was all contest driven, a set goal in terms of, I want to be, 6% body fat or whatever. I wouldn't mind being 10, maybe not at the end of 90 days, but that's where I could live there. I know I could live there. It's pretty low for some people, but for me, knowing at least 7 years ago, that was fairly comfortable. All I had to do was keep exercising and behave relatively reasonably in terms of nutrition, and I could maintain that. I don't have this goal to be this hulking beast at all. I don't want to maintain the workouts for that. I don't want to eat the calories for that, and I just have no need. There's just no need. I really just want. I do like being lean. It feels good. There's that confidence that comes with being lean. I don't have to be ripped. Now, at the end of this 90 days, if part of this program I end up being ripped or whatever, that'd be cool. It's totally possible. I know it's possible now because I've done that before. I've had those kind of results in that amount of time. But again, I'm not attached to that. Now, as I move along, my goals might stream. I might get a little bit more specific as I see 3 weeks in or 4 weeks in how things are going. I might up the ante a little bit for myself and raise the bar and say, I want to do this just to see if I can do it. Because a lot of my whole motivation for the fitness thing in the first place was to see if I could do it. That's how I work with myself. I issue myself a challenge. I put myself out there and say, hey, everybody, I'm doing this. And then that way it's a lot easier, or a lot more difficult to bail and just sort of slip back into the background. So that's again why I'm doing this site at the capacity that I am. As I record this, I haven't really even built the site, to be quite honest. But my intention is to bring bodychangers.com back on some capacity just for this challenge. I don't intend on bringing the site back in terms of doing interviews again and all that. It was great 10 years ago, but I'm involved in my other boundless living work at this point, and those interviews, and it was a lot of time, and I wasn't doing it for money or anything like that. So Right now I've got commitment to the students who, are expecting me to deliver in other areas, so the whole body changers won't be what it used to be, sadly. But also, the ideas of putting those old interviews back up, quite frankly, it's been 8 years. Some of those people, they're no longer in the fitness conversation anyway. Some people still are. Some people, it was a lifelong, lasting change. And some people have gone on to do some really amazing things. And those might be interesting interviews, to talk to the people who have maintained that fitness lifestyle 8-10 years later, who are still out there doing incredible things. And I've got people who come to mind immediately. And those would be some neat featured interviews, to find out how did you stay in the conversation when so many other people get distracted. So that might be interesting at some point. But right now, it's all about Bob, because there's no good reason except that that's just how I want to play the game right now.